Hello everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. I am ChitChad and welcome to a very long overdue art video here on the channel. And let me tell you what, it was great to finally have time to sit down and draw again, because I've got Phoenix Comic-Con looming above me, and it's not far off. Like, I know it's like a couple months away, but still, like that, it'll come up faster than I realize. And I have no new artwork because it's been forever since I've been able to draw. I mean, I did the Aku video, which I will link at the end card of this video. But other than that, man, I just really haven't been able to sit down and draw. So it's been wonderful. And I know a lot of people are here for the Planet Coaster content, which is great, totally fine. Planet Coaster is still my escape from having to do normal work, because I do like playing video games. It's just Planet Coaster is probably the only video game I'll play on this channel at this point. But art and voiceovers are my real passion, so what better way to bring the Planet Coaster audience into my art videos than to draw a character from Planet Coaster? That's right, today we are going to be drawing the Gulpee T-Rex mascot character from Planet Coaster, and let me tell you something, I love this guy. He is freaking adorable. And I wanted to draw him as if he was like a cartoon character and not like a guy in a mascot costume. So he looks a little bit different. It's kind of like my interpretation of him if I was to like design him for an animated series or something like that. And I love dinosaurs. Like, dinosaurs when I was growing up were the coolest things ever. And I really don't know. I think it stems from not only Power Rangers, because, you know, it was dinosaurs for them, at least the original series, but I also think it stems from the Land Before Time series. And that might be dating, I might be dating myself at this point when I'm saying Land Before Time, because, geez, are they like up to 8 or 9 at this point? Like, seriously, I mean, the next one has to be Land Before Time. Oh no, here comes the asteroid. Because there's no freaking way that they have gone on this long without those characters aging. Like, they've gone through too much. Because I know there's 8 or 9 movies, and I know they had a television series at some point. And to be honest, like, gosh, what was the last one I saw? I think it was with Chomper, the T-Rex. And I don't know if that was like the second or the third one, but like the one with Chomper was the last one I watched. But I wasn't even a fan, even growing up as a child, I wasn't a fan of like the ones past the original. Because if you look at the original versus like the newer ones, like the original one's pretty dark, like drastically dark. There's no sing-along songs in the original Land Before Time. And it's kind of funny that like that movie like stems from George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, you know, like it's crazy. And it's a Don Bluth film, which he is like the orchestrator of my childhood, because Disney has a huge impact, obviously, but if I were to pick one other animator out there that has left a huge impact on my life growing up, it would be Don Bluth. And then also another movie that I remember watching over and over and over again that was dinosaur themed was We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. And that makes me realize how many cartoon characters John Goodman has voiced. Like, he's been the voice of a generation. I would put him right up there with Robin Williams in terms of just the amount of characters and performances they have given that I can remember from my childhood. Like, John Goodman was in like freaking everything. And that was another dark movie too. Like, all of the non-Disney things, like Disney occasionally would go dark. I mean, movies like The Black Cauldron that I feel like no one really watched that movie. But Disney has gone dark, but I feel like a lot of the other animation studios, whether it's Amblin or whether it was Fox Animation, like, I feel like they kind of had to be a bit more edgy just to gain more attention, because, you know, I couldn't imagine going up against Disney. It's the same thing as like Sega going up against Nintendo. Like, no one wanted to go up against Nintendo, and Sega was just like, well, we will. And it's like, well, good for you. And it worked for them for a while, but not always. Didn't stay forever. But yeah, I mean, I love dinosaurs. I think they're cool, and I was also obsessed with Jurassic Park. Like, That movie was amazing to me, and honestly, like I still go back and watch it to this day, and I still think that the original one holds up. Like even with the CGI, I still think it looks pretty freaking good. And that is a well-crafted movie. You know, I mean, there's so many movies that I think that I'm watching now, and how dated they'll be, you know, in a couple of years, just because of certain pieces of technology that they use that probably, you know, aren't that up to speed yet, but they just wanted to use it anyways. I mean, even going back and watching like the first Matrix movie, like there are some things in that movie that do not hold up, and I love the first Matrix movie. And to go back on this drawing, one of the things I wanted to try and do is try a new shading technique. I wanted to use a bit of a softer approach for the base shading, and then I wanted to do a really harsh shadow and highlight line, which I don't often do. And it's just because I want to try new things. Seeing as I haven't drawn in so long, I just wanted to try stuff out. And Gulpee, I will say right now that Gulpee is not going to be the only character from Planet Coaster that I will be drawing. We do have another one that I've actually already finished. I just have to record the voiceover for, and she is the mascot for a particular brand of coffee, and that pretty much should tell. If you're a Planet Coaster fan, you should know who it is already. But for those of you that don't know, there's more than a hint. It's basically like there's one character that fits that bill. But yeah, just a lot of fun drawing these characters. I think the character designs in this game and just the overall style of Planet Coaster, like, I appreciate a lot. I never really played any of the Sims game. I think the only Sims game I really played, was it Sims Theme Park? Or like My Theme Park Builder? I don't know, it was like a very kid-friendly like theme park builder game way back in the day. And I saw it on one of the Planet Coaster forums because someone posted about it being their first like theme park game. Like, that's it, that's the one I played. And it takes me back to like the Zoo Tycoon and the Dinosaur Tycoon. Oh my gosh, the Dinosaur Tycoon game was so much friggin' fun. And I guarantee you, I wasn't the only person who just built a park to go Jurassic Park on everybody and freaking just let loose all the dinosaurs to just have a field day. Oh my gosh. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. That's my impression of a dinosaur, by the way. So one of the things that I did for a different technique was, once I was done with the shading, I would combine all the layers together and do a posterization effect, which basically just kind of simplifies the levels of shading, because I kind of wanted to go for and cell shading is probably not the word I want to use, but I wanted it to be kind of like something that you could see as an animation, almost like that level of shading. There are some animations or some television shows that I think get a little too carried away with their shading. Gosh, there was one back in the day. It was an Avengers cartoon. I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't any of the more recent ones, you know. It wasn't like the newest one that they have on Disney XD. It wasn't the older one, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. It was like this new age Avengers series where they kind of use the Ultimates version of everyone. Like, when I say Ultimates, like, I'm referring to like the one with Hawkeye who had like a gimp mask with like ski goggles. But I could tell they probably used Photoshop for all their shading, because they just went nuts with like the lights and the darks of all of the character hues. And so like it would be a harsh white outline and a harsh black shade line, and without any blending or a very harsh blend, and it did not work for that show. Like, as stills, it might have been fine, but in motion, you're like looking at it like, holy crap, what is this? And yeah, it was, gosh, if I remember, I'll like post it in the comments. I'm sure hopefully someone remembers it. I can't remember for the life of me, but like all the characters were just so outrageous looking. I'm pretty sure Vision was in that cartoon as well. I'm pretty sure Scarlet Witch was in it. I know Hawkeye was in it. I know Captain America was in it. Pretty sure Iron Man was. Man, it is escaping me, but that cartoon, whoo, that was an interesting one. Yeah, I still watch cartoons to this day, and there are some really fantastic ones out there. Steven Universe is probably one of my favorites right now. Before that, it was Regular Show and Adventure Time. If I had to go like the adult animated route, Rick and Morty is freaking fantastic. It took me a while to get used to the art style. Like I was just not a fan. It was very similar with Ed, Edd and Eddy. I just didn't like the art style, but as soon as I became invested in the characters and the comedy, like it didn't even matter anymore. Bob's Burgers was the same with me. I just, for whatever reason, Bob's Burgers and its style like was really off-putting, and I think it was because they were very Muppety and they didn't have like a jaw, and like threw me off for some reason. But once I like become invested in a show and start loving it, like it doesn't matter as long as it's got like soul and heart behind it, you know what I mean? Like it has a creator's touch and it's meaningful, and then I'll just love it no matter what. Another one is We Bare Bears. Freaking love that series as well. I actually need to get caught up on that. Yeah, I just love cartoons and I love drawing, and I hope all of you enjoy watching this type of content, hopefully just as much as the Planet Coaster stuff. And because I want to do a lot more art in the future. Like that is a goal for this year. Art. And like I said, I already got another Planet Coaster character already drawn, just got to do the voiceover. And I'm drawing a certain squad from a recent animated series, and they pilot things in space. That probably has already given it away, because I can't say much more without it being completely obvious, but it's a team of people that fly things in space. It might be a Netflix original series. With that being said, we are coming to a close on this video, so here is Gulpee T-Rex. I don't know if he has like an official name, I'll have to look it up, but here he is in all of his adorable glory. I really hope you like this content. If you do, go ahead and hit that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're not already a Chatterbox, and as always, I will chat with you later.